Hey everyone, and welcome to English with Miss B. I am beyond excited for today's lesson because this is a big one. This is a really big, fat, common mistake that everyone makes. And to be honest with you, it's a little bit of an ick. If you are a fully formed adult and English is your native language, you cannot get this wrong. I'm sorry, but you can't. So on that note, listen very carefully because we are going to be looking at there, and there. What is the difference? Massive. There's a big difference between these when you're writing them down. And today you're going to learn all about them. So grab your notepad, your highlighters, your pens, your pencils, whatever you need to do. Set this as your title. I want you to write there, and there, and take down all these notes that we're about to go through. Let's go. Okay, so let's look at the first there. 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 Okay, so this there refers to a place or position or a general statement. Guys, this is the most commonly used there. So circle this one, highlight it, underline it. This is the one that you will most likely use most of the time when you're writing, okay? Now, something that I always use to help me remember to use this there is that in this there, hopefully you guys can see, the word here is there, okay? Here is there. So Here, here. And that reminds me that I must use this there when I'm talking about place or position because it has the word here in it. All right, so where is it? Here, there, everywhere, okay? So that's just a little something that helps me remember that I have to use this there because it has the word here in it. I don't know if that helps you, all right? So again, this there is referring to a place or position or when you're making a general statement, all right? So let's look at some examples. Number one, the book is over there. Where is the book? It's over there, okay? So that is telling us location, where something is. It's over there. Remember? Here, there, okay? Another example. There was once an old man. Okay, so that's a general statement. Okay, there once was an old man, or there once lived a lady. Okay, so that's a general statement. Another example, there are none left. Again, general statement. There are none left. There are no more Skittles. Okay, can you think of another sentence that you can use with this there? There. Have a go at writing one down. Moving on. Okay, this one, there should be no mistakes when we are using this there because it looks different, like completely different to the other two there's. This one is what we call a contraction, okay? And it's called a contraction because this there is made up of two words. What are those two words? They and are. So they plus are becomes there, okay? And it's got the apostrophe re, okay? So this one looks crazy. It looks very different. There's an apostrophe here. It's two words that have been smooshed together to become one word. And that's what we call a contraction, all right? So only use this word. All right, take note. Only use this there when you are trying to say they are. That is the only time you use this word, when you are trying to say they are, okay? It's used when describing people or things doing something. So they're playing with the ball. What am I really saying? They are playing with the ball, okay? So we use this when we're talking about people or things doing something or a state of being. What do I mean by that? So I might just want to say, oh, they're stunning, okay? So they're in the state of being stunning. Okay, so I'm just describing them as something. They're very intelligent. Okay, they are intelligent, or they're in the state of being intelligent. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But number one rule is that you're only using this there when you're trying to say they are. Okay, some examples. They're going to the beach. Who's going to the beach? They are going to the beach. Okay. They're so kind. Okay. So that's the state of being. They're so kind. They are so kind. Can you think of another sentence? Write it down in your notebook where we would use there with the apostrophe RE. Okay. Have a go at coming up with your own sentence for that one. All right, let's move on. This is the final there, and it's used commonly. And this there shows possession, okay? So it belongs to them, all right? So we're talking about more than one person here or more than one thing owning something, possessing something, okay? That's their dog. Whose dog? The dog that belongs to them, all right? So this there means it belongs to them. Now, again, another trick that I use, you can use this or not, is that this there has an I in it, okay? Now, when I think of I think of ownership. It's mine, okay? I, me, I own it, okay? So I know we're talking about belonging to them, but this I in that word helps me remember that that's the correct one to use when I'm trying to say that something belongs to them, okay? And not the other there with the HERE, for example. So maybe that helps you, maybe not, but it helps me. So again, this there shows possession. It belongs to them, okay? Let's look at some examples. So this is their dog. Whose dog is it? Their dog. It belongs to them, okay? So we use THEIR. Their house is beautiful. Whose house? Their house. It belongs to them. Their house is beautiful. Would it make sense if I used the apostrophe RE, so they apostrophe RE, in this sentence? Would that make sense? Absolutely not. Because say it out loud as if you were trying to say they are. Then it would sound like this. They are house is beautiful. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay. So just quickly, because I want to go back to that. When you're using this there, if you've used it, okay, when you read your sentence out loud, say it as in they are. So don't say it as there. If you've used that, read it as if you were saying they are. And if you've used it correctly, your sentence should make sense. But if you haven't used it correctly, say you've used it for this one, okay? So say you said, this is, they are dog. That doesn't make sense. So you've used the wrong there in that case, okay? So just to help you, oops. Okay, we're back. So that's just to help you remember how to know if you've used it correctly or not. All right. I just gave you the answer to the next one. So that's okay. So can you come up with another example of using their, THEIR? Have a go at writing that down and see how you go. Now we can do a practice, and you probably all know the answer to the first one, but that's okay. All right. Quick practice. Which there would I use for these sentences? So I will go through the sentences. I want you to write these down in your book and practice. Just have a go. What there would you use in this sentence, in these sentences? Then you can pause the video and I will go through the answers. So, number one, they're going to the movies tonight. Which there would you use? Number two, I love their new house. And lastly, put your bag over there. So pause the video, have a go, and then come back and we'll go through the answers together. Okay, so for the first one, you should have written there. So they apostrophe R-E. They're going to the movies tonight. Who's going to the movies? They are. Now, let's double check that I wrote that correctly. If I read it as they are and not there, it should make sense if I've used it correctly. So they are going to the movies tonight. Does it make sense? Yes, of course. All right, number 2, I love their new house. Okay, that's a little bit overlapping, but we're going to ignore it. So there with the I in it, okay? Because whose new house? Their new house. The new house belongs to them, okay? So we're talking about possession, ownership, okay? Which is why we used this there. And lastly, put your bag over there, okay? This there, remember, has H-E-R-E in it, okay? Because we're talking about position in this case, not a general statement. But in this sentence, we are talking about position, a place. It's over there, okay? So hopefully that makes a bit more sense. Final challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to create your own sentence using all 3 words correctly, okay? So I want you to have a go at using there, and there in one sentence correctly. Here's one I prepared earlier. They're playing with their dog over there. So I've written all the different types of there, okay, correctly. So they are playing with their dog. Whose dog? Their dog. It belongs to them. Where? Over there. Okay. So have a go at doing the same thing, but with your own sentence using all of the theirs. There's only 3 that we learned today. Remember, if you're using they apostrophe R-E, double check, read it out loud as they are and see if it makes sense. Well, everyone, that's all we have time for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it and that you learned something and you will not make this mistake ever again in your English writing. If you'd like to practice your English with me in a one-on-one session, then go ahead and book your spot. Link is in the description.